What we have to establish is a common set of travel protocols that everyone understands that are consistently applied across the globe. Currently, potential travellers are completely confused by the array of differing standards and differing applications, which is further compounded by the fact that these are changing all the time. Traveller confidence, therefore, is really lacking at this point in time, and we need to recover that situation. One of the major problems we'll have going forward is to try and get back to some form of economic model, because all of the transportation systems across the globe are not built to be able to incorporate the concept of physical distancing that's currently espoused in our combat of COVID-19. What has to happen? We clearly need a testing, tracing and vaccine protocol which enables people to travel using the normals that they have experienced before. This requires coordination across governments, it requires new technology, and it requires new initiatives to ensure that the travelling public are safe and secure. Only if we are able to put these new procedures in place will we get back a vibrant travel industry that's capable of fueling the engine of recovery for both the economic and social prosperity of the future. Within a few days of the emergence of the global pandemic, the flights at DXB went from 1,100 a day to 17 over a course of 3 days. This necessitated some extremely urgent and unscripted responses that we'd never dealt with before. The first thing was to make absolutely sure that our facilities were sparkling clean, and we disinfected a huge amount of our facilities and hibernated a significant amount that we clearly did not need because the passenger traffic had slumped. In May, during a course of the entire month, we actually accommodated the normal traffic that we'd see in 4 hours in a normal month. Such was the collapse in our traffic base. However, we were quick to take measures to make sure that the pre-departure and arrival testing was adopted at huge scale. We now have 52 testing stations and we're conducting something like 15,000 PCR tests every day. We've conducted over 1 million tests at DXB to date and continue to roll out more and more testing capability and capacity. The second thing is we've been coordinating globally with governments and other airports to try and get harmonized travel corridors established, and recently we were able to conclude the first one of these major agreements between the UK and the UAE, exempting travellers from any form of quarantine on arrival at their destination. Beyond that, of course, we've taken huge numbers of steps to ensure that our staff and travellers are protected from the threat of the spread of infection. We've removed contact points, we've removed documentation, we've worked with our partners to make sure that the traveller can be assured of a safe and medically fit experience when they pass from door to door. Currently, global passenger traffic is about 20% of the period that we saw at the same time last year in 2019. Clearly, for the industry to recover from that, when something like 1/3 of all jobs in travel and tourism have been lost, is going to require a superhuman effort across the planet. What we are making sure is that we can instill a level of confidence, particularly in passengers who want to travel to Dubai. So we're putting together some very strong, harmonized and powerful offers, including insurance included in the ticket price, an undertaking to transport people back home if they need to go back because of change in regulation, and of course travel insurance if for some reason they fall ill during their journey. So these measures, we believe, will do a lot to stimulate and kickstart travel again in the future. But it needs to go beyond that. We need to get a set of globally harmonized measures for testing, quarantine, tracing and infection control that are effective, consistent and agreed. It is incredibly important going forward that the industry responds by offering commercial opportunities to travellers that have hitherto been unseen, because we do not know the extent of the social and economic damage that the global pandemic will have on the entire global economy. So we're going to have to work pretty hard to make absolutely sure that our product and service is fit for a new world where the traveller will dictate exactly what they want to see from their travel product. I think in the longer term we will emerge stronger and more confident than before, but there's a huge amount of innovation and progress we need to make to question the things we've done in the past, to be incredibly innovative with our technology and processes, and make absolutely sure that we can instill the maximum confidence back in the travelling public.